Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of At Home with the Willises. I am Nicci Willis, and
I'm Jameen.
today's topic is 10 real estate facts that will shock you. But before we shock you, you are at home with the Willises. So before we get started, I want to remind you, make sure you subscribe. We are growing our Willis team, so hit that button right down there in the corner. Also hit the bell so that you are notified every time we upload new content. Also, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you comment. We love seeing your comments. We love reading your comments. You guys are awesome. We love how you guys engage with us. Also, we just found out not only are we like nationwide, but we are worldwide. Okay, people are watching us all over the world. So if you want to advertise on our podcast, make sure you email Jen, and that's JENN at thewillisteamlv.com. We would love to try your product, read about it, all the good things. So again, email Jen at JENN at thewillisteamlv.com. And I think that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Except for we forgot something.
What?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Well, we don't know if what time people are watching this.
I'm telling you good morning.
Oh, good morning, babe.
Yeah.
I know we've been just, since we woke up, we've just been moving and going. But we're happy to see you for sure. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you are watching this right now or listening to this episode, we're glad that you joined us. And I'm happy to see you, babe. We just celebrated our 16-year wedding anniversary, and I think everybody should know that.
Yes, we did.
16 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Little staycation.
We did.
Now it's September
2024. Honey, sweater weather. Y'all see it? I still got my shoulders out because it's 100 degrees outside, but I couldn't wait. I had to just get a sweater, a little sweater dress, a little something.
Fall. It symbolizes fall.
Yeah. But yeah, we celebrated our wedding anniversary this weekend, and it was nice. It was super chill. We did a staycation, which I always recommend.
Like, a lot of people think staycation means just staying in the house, though. So you gotta,
No, we definitely had to get away from our children. That is a fact. No, so they stayed here at the house, and we were down the street. So yeah, we just went to. I think that's one of the things that I love about living in Vegas. Your staycation can really be like a real getaway.
It's like living in two separate cities sometimes.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes down the street and having the time of our lives. But yeah, we had a spa day, which was great. I'm of that age that I prefer to sit poolside. Like we had morning massages. And I like that. I've never had like an early morning massage. That was cool.
You booked it.
I did. I booked it because, we were working like up until the very second. And so that was all they had. But I liked it though. So we had morning massages. That was really good. And then, just an easy breezy day. We went to the game before. I forgot to mention that. So Friday, we went to the Aces game.
Yeah.
They won. Praise the Lord.
Right.
It's been a little rocky with the Aces.
I think the competition is getting a little bit more stiff.
Excuses.
No, you got these rookies. You got teams stepping up. It's also really hard to three-peat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have high expectations. Yeah. I have high expectations. I am here for the Aces. I am down. I am 10 toes down. Now, we did clinch while we won. We clinched a playoff seat. Clinched it though. Like to me, that sounds like we barely grasped it. We're hanging on by our fingernails.
No, that means you did it early without having to like wait to the last minute. Like,
well, maybe they shouldn't use the word clinch then. Secured.
Everybody uses
dominated.
Clinch. Football uses clinch.
I didn't know
Hockey.
This. Really? You just say clinched for the playoffs?
Clinched the playoff.
I don't like that. It just sounds like desperation. Like we almost missed it.
Life.
Yeah. Like, you almost missed the bus.
I don't think the Aces have done not as good as like the previous 2 years, but I don't think we lost 10 games yet. I don't think we still in like single digits.
We lost enough. I'm over it. I'm Listen, Asia ain't even dressing until she said we got to be consistently winning games. So she's just showing up in t-shirt and sweats. I feel the same way.
She on that, what's the coach for the Patriots? He just come with that little cutoff hoodie, like, ready to go.
Yeah, just
Bill Belichick.
focus. This ain't no fashion show. We got to be,
She on her Bill Belichick.
Yes. So we did that, and then we went to Tap and Ash. We never talk about Tap and Ash, I feel like, on this here podcast.
No.
And Tap and Ash is one of the, it's a really, if you're a cigar smoker, okay? If you're a cigar smoker and you live here, or maybe you're coming to visit, Tap and Ash is a great cigar lounge to go to. It's in the Arts District. It's Black owned, and it is just a great experience.
Premier cigar lounge.
The premier cigar lounge.
It was jumping. We was in the members only section.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's like the second that's about probably the third time I think I've been there. I'm not a huge cigar smoker, so I'll just, go on special occasions type of person. But you've been there a few times. I didn't know it was that big.
No, they keep expanding. So yeah, I've only been there 3 times. I think you've been 2. I've been 3.
Yeah.
But they keep expanding, so it looks like they're going back, but they're going to the left. Yeah. So they keep adding on.
I love that.
And the parking, I told you I had to park on the sketchy street before, so they got more parking opening up, which is great too.
So they're
in the actual parking lot. Like I was parked in front of like the culinary building or something like that.
Okay. But yeah,
some apartments. It was like culinary and then some apartments.
Yeah. So they're expanding. They have. I love the people that work there. We've seen them also like just in the community, just at other events
in the streets.
Yeah, and they're really nice. And they're just as nice like in their establishment. Like how sometimes you'll go to an establishment and people got a little tooty-tooed, or you just don't quite feel welcome. You totally feel welcome there. They've got a little band, like an area where like a band can play. So there was live music playing when we got there. What time did we get there? About 10? No, it was earlier than that.
No, it was earlier than that.
We also have found out that we're not late night people.
We do early turn up. I mean, we turn it up, but
about 9:45 we're in bed.
We'd be done before 10, 11.
Yeah. So that night we stayed up because we welcomed our anniversary.
We did. We was watching that clock for 12.
Though. Yeah, we were like so close. So we were like, let's just stay. Yeah. 12:05. We were like, okay, I think. No, we stayed a little bit longer because somebody found us a seat.
Yeah, we were getting ready to leave.
And they was like, no, sit right there. So we were like, okay. And then we were just staring. But we had a good time. Yeah, so they had a DJ. The DJ was jumping. Was he playing the old school hits though? Like old school meaning Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Is that officially old school?
Yeah, kind of now, but they be going sometimes. Sometimes I can't vibe because they go a little too.
He was playing like all of my jams, like our jams. I'm talking step back, get dancing kind. Is that old school now?
That's definitely old. Anything in the 90s is old.
It's too much. That is not old school to me. But he really wasn't playing any of the stuff that you hear today. So I guess
stuff from like 2008, 2009.
Old school to me is like 1980s, 1970s. You know what I'm saying? That's old school. But it really. So we auntie and uncle out here, okay? Unc and auntie, they were out here in these streets late night. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get home till 1:45.
Right.
Crashed. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time. Then we woke up. We got our morning massages. I sat by the pool because you know what? A sister was tired. All right. We had been out till like 1:45. And then we watched the next day. Okay, so no, we ate at Hank's.
Are you jumping days?
Well, I did.
Okay.
That's how I tell my stories. I kind of jump.
All right.
You know this. Y'all just track with me. Okay. So morning massages. Sat by the pool. Then we went to Hank's at Green Valley.
Yes.
That is a good steakhouse. We've been there a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good steakhouse.
But you left your lamb chops.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they didn't bring them out, and we forgot that they didn't bring it back.
I ate when I have a meal, I make plans for that meal. So I had 1.5 lamb chops out of the 3. I was gonna save my lamb chops because I just like leftovers in the morning. I was gonna save my lamb chops for the morning. Totally forgot because they were like, "Oh, happy anniversary." Then they gave us the little chocolate covered strawberries. Then they brought out something else.
Candies.
Yeah, some kind of like gummies or whatever. So we ate those. And then I don't know what happened after that.
They forgot and we forgot.
Yeah, we had some great cocktails. It was great. We were, back home by what time?
Well, we had an early dinner. We went at like 5:15.
Yeah. But we were definitely home like before 8. You know, it just we are like a one late night type of couple.
Yeah.
That's
or we
just
take
what
a nap.
It's 16 years, okay? 16 years. We are efficient. All right, that's what we call it. We're just efficient. But then the next day, we went and saw The Forge. Well, I took you to see The Forge because I had already seen it.
Cheated. Went by yourself.
I did.
Wow.
And that movie is so...
It's good. It almost got me a couple times.
You were trying to hold it together. I was peeking.
Choked up a couple times.
You was in there.
Whatever. I told you that at the end. You wasn't peeking. No, that was a pretty good movie.
It was a great... Okay, so usually... Well, not usually, but we've seen, like, Christian movies before, and, like, they can be really corny. Like, let's just be for real.
Wow.
They can be.
No, but these people, it's the same people that make, like, Fireproof and
War
Facing
Room.
the Giants. All their movies are, like, good. They're not, like...
No, they do a really...
They get better, but they are good for Christian movies. Like,
yeah. But this one I felt like was good for a movie.
yeah.
Like, just straight across the board, it was good as a movie, period, not as a Christian movie.
Right.
You know? So if you haven't gone to see that, I think they're starting now to expand it even more, putting it in more theaters and having it show even more. So if you haven't gone to see The Forge, definitely go see it. It's got Priscilla Shire in there. And honestly, all the other people that, if you've seen War Room, Fireproof, and all them other movies, same people. But some new people too. They're expanding. So so definitely go check that out. If you have whatever man in your life or son in your life, take them to go see that movie. I think it's really good.
Facts.
So that's what we did over the weekend. So happy anniversary, boo.
Happy anniversary.
Okay. Enough of us being mushy. Let's get to these facts that's going to shock you. Real estate facts that will shock you. All right, go for it.
All right. So number 1, this was kind of surprising to me because we sometimes, yes, I'm still a millennial. I'm like right on the beginning part of the millennial. So millennials are the most common home buyers. Millennials are drawn to real estate's tangible nature and potential for long-term returns. So in the past, they talked about millennials as like, oh, we still live in a basement with our parents.
They called us boomerang.
We waiting
generation.
on the market to crash. That's our excuse for not being homeowners. But guess what? We're the most common home buyer right now. So shout out to millennials because I felt like millennials got a bad rap here for a while.
I feel like we got off to maybe a little later start than many. I mean, many of us are still paying for college. And we were in college 20 years ago, so you got that, and then the debt of college did not help. And having to pay off that debt did not help, saving for home ownership.
Yeah.
Like that was.
But I think it's now because we're like a little bit older.
Yeah, I mean,
Because it's baby boomers. Baby boomers are the largest population of home owners.
owners, yeah.
But
home
you have to
buyers,
think
millennials.
it was much easier
So what's-
to buy a house for a baby boomer than it was for a millennial. And I think a lot of people don't take that into consideration.
So what's going on with Generation Gen X? Is that Gen X?
Yeah, they, I don't know about that. They the new millennials.
They're the millennials. But yeah, I mean, I think that's great. I think, that's definitely true for many of my clients. They're millennials, and it's time. So if you are ready to buy a home, or you think you're ready at all, definitely. This is what I want you to do. Definitely go to beforeyoubuy.readthis.com. I want you to get that book first. And here's the reason why. It's a very, 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 very small, minute investment to get you started in the home buying process before you make a giant leap and the biggest purchase of your life. I definitely highly recommend, if you are thinking about buying a home sometime in the near future, it could be 6 months from now, it could be 12 months from now, it can be 5 years from now. Get that book. I promise you it will help you, and it will help jumpstart you into the home buying process. A lot of people think that you have to, in order for you to be ready, you have to be ready within the next 3 months. That is a big myth. Definitely get this book. It's going to jumpstart you. It's a super easy read. It's going to help you. I've got all kinds of resources to help you within that book. You're going to like it. Trust me. Go and get that before you buy readthis.com. All right. So yeah, millennials are the most common home buyers. This is interesting. This next fact I thought was interesting. Architectural eagles, okay? Architectural eagles symbolize mortgage freedom. So I personally have never seen this in front of somebody's home, but apparently home buyers will often display a metal eagle outside of their home to symbolize freedom from their mortgage. I feel like this is a specific demographic that does this. I wouldn't. Would you do this? I'm about to look at every single person's house. I'm about to go walk my dog, look at every house, and I'm gonna look for eagles.
I don't want people in my business, so I probably wouldn't.
But who knows this? I feel like if you knew
pay
that,
attention to
put it
people,
in the comments. If you knew that.
Older people.
That's what I'm saying. I think older people.
Older people do things to their home that you don't realize. I never forget, I was with one of my clients that's a friend of mine, Ricardo.
Yeah.
So for some reason we were walking to a property, and it was a like a metal statue of a jockey, but the jockey was black.
Yeah.
And that was symbolism of racism. And a lot of people don't know, but my friend Ricardo was like super duper like pro black, but you wouldn't like, if you just look at him, you wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't.
So he like knocked on the door and like questioned him about the statue, the figurine, and the lady was like, I don't know, that was just like something my family had or something like that. But in some countries, people paint their doors red to symbolize that they don't have a mortgage on the house. And it makes sense. An eagle, like, color. The United States, like land of the free, the eagle.
Yeah.
So freedom from
debt-free, mortgage-free. I just feel like that is a specific demographic. I feel like baby boomers and up, probably silent generation that does that. I'm about to go walk this dog though. And we're going to see. We are going to see if anybody has an eagle outside their home. You know what I probably need to do? I probably need to go to I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I need to go and walk the dog in a 55 and up community. I might see some eagles.
Also, you probably wouldn't see it that much here because we have a lot of HOAs here, and so a lot of people may not have stuff like that. You need to go to Midwest, South.
Well, it's not like it's a car in the front lawn. It's just an eagle.
Yeah.
It's an eagle.
But HOAs are pretty strict, so.
I'm going to put like a little hummingbird.
Hummingbird.
Just something subtle, Y'all ain't see my hummingbird?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway, very interesting though. Okay. That is shocking to me because you just out here just telling people that you're debt free.
Yeah, that's some people like to do like a symbolism of.
In that form, because listen, when we're debt free, we're gonna have a party.
Burn the mortgage.
Cash only, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. A lot of people put flags, American flags in front of their house, things like that. This is interesting. I heard this before, but I want to. Somebody should do a study or actually turn this into a show or something. So the now closed, used to be big chain Sears. They used to sell mail order houses. So from 1908 to 1940, Sears shipped out around 75,000 homes across the country. So you would get all the building materials.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah. You would get all the building materials shipped to your house.
Yeah.
With the instructions, and you would put that sucker together on the land.
They were ahead of their times because now, guess who does it? Boxable. And we went to Boxable and checked that out.
Yep.
Home Depot has one for 30,000 or something like that.
It's pretty cheap.
It's cheap. And then I think you can buy a house on Amazon too.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive you can buy a house on Amazon. You can buy
just lift up the four walls.
And just kind of click it in place. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
A 3D house.
Yeah. But the fact that Sears used to do that from 1908 to 1940, let's see, what was happening? That was in the middle of, well, not in the middle, but the Great Depression took place right in the middle of that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
The GI Bill, when did the GI Bill come out? Because I wonder if that's...
After that.
Yeah, it came out
50s.
after... Yeah.
50s.
It came out after that, but that's not what would have shut it down. I wonder what shut it down, what stopped it.
Builders.
Yeah.
Home builders was one to build houses. Well, a lot of people would build their own, develop and build their own house. But then I think when they start to have master plan communities.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
They start
master plan communities shut that down. Because, you're not going to make any money if you're shipping out the material and telling everybody to build their own house.
Yeah. That's super old for here, but somebody should go and track
how many left
Sears built houses because they have manufacturer houses have a tag on them. And here that's super old, but for Ohio where we're from, 1940, you can find tons of houses.
Should be able to.
Built in the 40s. So
I wonder how much they were.
Somebody should go.
I need to look at more of this.
Tour and see how much they were.
I wonder if what kind of if they were different plans or if they were just the same plan.
I looked at it before.
Yeah. Because my grandfather built his home, and I believe my dad said it cost him $26,000.
Here you go. Sears sold around 70,000 kit homes in various styles, including bungalows and colonials. Price range from about $600 to $6,000 in the 20s. In the 20s.
Wow.
Which is roughly $8,400 to $84,000 in today's dollars.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Popular models were bungalows and four squares, cost around $3,600 to $4,600.
Wow.
Oh, Craftsman. That's where they came. Yeah, so that's where, if you go to Sears, you usually get those tools. It used to be a Craftsman's tool or whatever. So
ain't that something?
They had 2-story schoolhouse. That was 11.5. You had to have some money.
Oh, you had to have some money for that schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Wow. That is interesting. And now it's coming back around. See, that's why the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
That's true.
That is very, very true. I mean, get out the Lincoln Logs. Let's go.
Order you a house on Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the ones at Home Depot. They're actually pretty nice.
I mean, if you get a big enough shed, you can live in there from Home Depot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tiny,
it's a tiny house. Yeah. I mean, that's what these are. And people are really starting to get back into the tiny home. You know what? I would love to talk to somebody I want to go visit you and see how you live in your tiny home. We should go. What?
I'm not claustrophobic, but just tiny house. I just couldn't live in a tiny house every day.
Why? Because I'm too loud.
No, I would just be outside. Like, it's just too confining for me. I'd rather live outside than in a tiny house.
You can barely live in this house. You'd be like, I've been in here all day.
No, I got like childhood PTSD. I told you,
Being
like
home.
when I used to be at home by myself a whole lot when I was a
They
kid.
don't know.
So now I can't stand being in the house, like unless I'm sick or something. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go to the store, the gas station.
I'm good. I can be in my little house just chilling.
Yeah, I used to be so sick of having to stay in the house when I was a kid. I was like, no.
Okay. Next, real estate fact that will shock you.
This is shocking right here.
One man owns the moon. One man. This is first of all, before I get into this story, I feel like who has time to do this? This is what I'm talking about. Who has this type of time? But anyway, his name is Dennis.
Time.
Dennis had the time. Dennis Hope had the time. And what he did was he read the international treaties about ownership of the moon and discovered a loophole. So the agreements of the international treaty says that no single country can claim ownership of an extraterrestrial territory, okay? But, and here comes Dennis, but it says nothing about individual ownership. So what does Dennis go out and do? Well, he writes to the United Nations to inform them that he had officially claimed the moon. And then he said, challenge me on it. And they never wrote him back. He never heard back from them about it. And since then, he has claimed his ownership of the moon. He has made at least $12 million by selling acres on the moon for $20 to $30 each.
That's wild.
First of all, why is it so cheap an acre? You could have charged anything. I would at least charge $1,000 an acre, at least.
Well, he probably try to keep selling it so he don't run out of real estate to sell.
But $20 to $30 each?
It's probably a price that people will actually pay. Cause if you be like 20,000, somebody gonna be pissed off.
I mean,
When somebody be like, I own a piece of the moon, and you pay $20 for it, but you don't think it's real, you still gonna you might pay $20, $30. So if it's real, you gonna pay it. But if it's not, you only lost $20, $30.
Can you imagine like the money back guarantee? Like if you are not satisfied with your piece of the moon, with your acreage of the moon, you get a 100% money back guarantee.
Go up there and let me know if you like it, and then we'll give you.
You gotta like.
I wonder if he's ever been to the moon.
Show me that you're he probably ain't never. Only a few people have been up there. Only a few people have been up there. We don't even. That's insane. Dennis had the time. That's all I got to say. Now, let's see. He's also claimed the rest of the solar system, and he is currently selling Pluto. Forget this, $250,000, which is interesting because how big is the moon and how big is Pluto?
Let's see.
Because Pluto is smaller than the moon, is it not?
Yeah,
it's definitely. First of all, we're in the generation. See, this is why millennials took forever to buy a home, because we were in the generation where there were 9 planets. Now there are 8.
Pluto is only, 1,450 miles across.
Okay.
Which is a little larger than the width of Texas.
Really?
It's about 18% the diameter of Earth and 1/5 of its width.
So he's selling Pluto for about $17.25 a mile.
Yeah.
I don't know.
1477 miles.
Okay, that's how big Pluto is. How big is the moon? I just need to know at this point. Is the moon? The moon is slightly smaller.
Oh.
But he's selling the moon at $20 an acre. I need to convert acreage. But anyway, regardless,
1,079.
1,070, yeah. And Pluto is a little bit larger at 1,450. Very interesting. And he's selling that for $250,000. So the moon is, I don't know. We would have to convert that. We don't have that type of time. Anyway, Dennis is making millions.
So this whole circle
Yeah.
is 6783 miles.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That's the moon, yes?
Yeah.
But then we would have to still we would have to turn that into acreage. Square mileage, whatever. Anyway. I do not have that type of time, huh?
That is square
Acreage?
mileage. Yeah, because it's a circle. That's the the whole diameter.
But then I'd have to convert it into acreage, though. I do not have that type of time.
Okay.
All I'm saying is this is quite interesting.
Pluto
Anyway,
is classified as a dwarf planet. That's what they say.
see,
So you got Mercury
yeah.
and all that stuff is supposed to be big.
so now it's a dwarf planet. Somebody had said it was like a star at some point. Remember?
I thought all planets were stars.
I don't know.
This is why I didn't take
The
science,
universe
because I
is
knew I was going to be
fascinating.
in real estate, so I didn't really focus on science that much.
It's fascinating. Here's another fascinating thing. So 3 former U.S. presidents have purchased lunar property, including George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, and Jimmy Carter. Interesting.
So
What do they know that we don't know?
I had a conversation with this guy at the cigar bar. He actually was the owner of the cigar bar. And he told me that the whole reason why Elon Musk started SpaceX was because he wanted to get an ecosystem. So he was trying to take a bonsai tree up there, because bonsai trees grow or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to take a bonsai tree up there, and so he was going to NASA to provide the transportation to take a bonsai tree into space. And so they kept telling him that it's going to be like 380 million or something like that to go up there, but it's every trip. And so he was like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like a one-way trip. Like every time it's like an unusable thing or whatever. And so that's why he created SpaceX, to solve the transportation problem going to space. And then he ended up selling that contract to the U.S. government because they, for lack of better words, weren't smart enough to create a reusable rocket to go into space. So he went to U.S. They said it's going to be like $380 million every time you do it. Then Russia was like, okay, we'll do it, but they kept giving him a different price every time. And then he went back to the U.S., and so that's how he started SpaceX, and that's how he got the big contract.
Interesting.
Because he was trying to take things up there to see if he could build an ecosystem where.
Well, I mean, it's happening right now
Sustainable life.
in the countries, and we have to bring him in. We have to bring my client in to talk about it. He is still in aerospace, but he ran a company that tested just agricultural things and culinary things. So cookies.
Talking to them, Mike.
Oh, sorry. Cookies. Like fresh baked cookies, sending that into space, all the things. Anyway, we'll have to bring him on. And question, number one, would you buy land in space? Because if you would, definitely use the Willis team. We're going to figure this thing out. If they're going to do it, if you're going to buy it, you're going to buy it through us. No, I'm just kidding. But actually, I might not be. But anyway, and then, so would you buy something in space, and or would you go to space?
That's just too scary for me. Like,
Jameen says,
what's going to be wrong with planet Earth, where all these people are trying to go and live on Mars? Or is it just going to be like so developed that it's going to be a cool thing? Or is something going to be wrong that people want to be like, Earth, I'm tired of that. I'm going over to Mars. Is it going to be like a rich flex? Like, I live over in Mars. Or is it going to be like, this is like the third world?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Not
I know
third world country, third world planet.
Are like in competition right now to see like who can build an ecosystem up in space. It is quite interesting. Speaking of, I hope those two people from the U.S. make it back soon, because they just stuck up there at the
some people stuck up there.
yeah, they're in the space station, and they're like, yeah, we can't get y'all back until 2025. When I tell you, I would hitch a ride with whoever else is going back.
You can't hitch a ride.
Y'all, we're gonna figure this thing out. I'm hitching a ride with whatever country can bring me back to Earth. I am not staying up there to no 2025.
I think you sign up for that when you go up in space.
No.
Like, they got to be like, hey, this could happen and you could be up there for another 24 months.
My God. Oh, I would be so... Ooh, no.
That's why I'm cool. Like, I'm not at the point in my life where I'm like, all right, I'm lost in space for 24 months. Like, what the hell? No. I'm cool on that.
Okay, moving on. This is quite interesting.
I'm trying to get to another country. They trying to go on another planet. I can't, my brain can't.
Can't compute.
Nah, not right. Huh? And do they know about stuff that we don't know? Like,
of course.
No, I mean, but they must have been doing research way earlier if they tried to live on Mars.
I mean, what do you think what was that movie with, doggone it. I can't remember. Go ahead.
Anyways.
It's your turn.
Next fact is there are more single female homeowners than single male homeowners.
I believe that.
Currently. I think this is like a recent shift because
women are awesome.
Actually, for me in my real estate career, when I was selling real estate as an agent full time, majority of my clients were single women. Mm-hmm. And single black women at that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, go us. Yeah.
And then when you work with a couple, it's usually the wife just like making the decision. The husband wants to know like how much the mortgage payment is.
Sure.
And is there somewhere I can have like a man cave?
Yeah, a man cave.
Yeah, I think men invest.
But across the board, black or white, there's more single female homeowners.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And single male. Yeah, I just want to like.
Yeah, I think a lot of times. I mean, it's not I guess it's like reverse sexist, but a lot of times like a woman makes a home. So a man thinks I gotta have somewhere to like live to survive. So
that's interesting, but it's true though. It is true. So did you know? Okay, here's another one. Guess which state has the most realtors? I'll give you a hint. It is not Nevada, but
New York.
No. As of January 2024, Florida has the most real estate agents with 225,563 real estate agents. Sounds like you could throw a rock and hit about 6 of them.
That's a lot of realtors.
That is a lot of real estate agents. California comes in second at 204,000, and then Texas comes in third at 150,000.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas.
Ooh, well, not as much as Florida and California.
Well, Florida,
but Texas is just massive. It's just deep and wide.
But I think that's kind of spread out because Texas is so big. But it's Florida's pretty big, right? It's like it's like an L shape. Mm-hmm. I get Florida because a lot of people retire in Florida. And so you got retirement people, plus you have a lot of people have like the vacation homes, Miami condos, second homes, stuff like that. Cali, I don't get because
you know?
I do, but I don't.
I get it.
Well, the California is so expensive, and then you have all these realtors, and a lot of people are moving out of California.
Yeah, so this might change.
Yeah.
California
that may
did
be why
have.
It changed. Oh, that may be why it
did have the
change.
most real estate agents.
That's
People
right. You
might
said
be
it was
jumping
second.
out.
You said it was second.
It became second. It was the highest, but now Florida is, and that kind of checks out. Vermont has the fewest.
That's where we need to go, baby. We need to go to Vermont. Has the fewest real estate agents. Competition, no competition out here.
Just to put it in perspective, So the state of Nevada, okay, we basically have Las Vegas. That's our most populated city, obviously. We also do have Reno, which, and we also have Carson City. They're not as populated, but I think we're at like 19,000, I believe.
Whole state. How many
whole
realtors?
state. Up 20,000.
In the whole state.
Yeah, in the whole state, we're at 20,000. I think it was like 18,000 of us that are here in the actual city of Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas, you mean?
Many of them are in Las Vegas, but clearly, honey, not as many as California, Florida, and Texas. That's a lot of real estate agents. But also to put it in perspective,
A lot of them part-time, too.
yeah, I looked up California and just kind of how much they make. So California real estate agents on average earn about $84,000, which equals about $41 an hour. So you gotta be out here hustling, is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, real estate, it's easy to get into, but it's hard to stay in. Like, you know, I think that's one of the hardest things to watch about these, what are they? Selling this, selling that, you know, because it puts people's mindset in just la la land, to be honest. Like, not everybody is out here doing luxury real estate. Luxury real estate moves a lot slower. You have to understand that. It moves a lot slower than, you know, like your average home. And when you look at it, it's really the 80-20 rule. Like 20% of the people are making about 80% of their income. So if you want to get into real estate, you got to be full time with that thing. You really do, in order for it to make a difference.
I think a lot of people always think about the top and the best when they think about something. I think a realtor is like one of the most misunderstood like professions from the outside looking in. Even like people in the NFL. Like I know several people in the NFL, and you would just think like, oh, Tom Brady money or something like that.
No,
I know people in the NFL to be like, man, I'm driving. I got a Toyota. Whatchamacallit. I don't know when my contract going in.
That's
like they're like real conservative. It's not like everybody in the NFL is like baller.
It's also, a very small percentage.
You know what I found out? I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the NFL is a lot different than the NBA. So the NFL is like a one-sided thing. So it's not really a contract. Like the NBA, you get like guaranteed money. It's a contract. So the NFL, they could change. So that's why all these players are like holding out because it's not really a contract. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not guaranteed money. It's like I gave you this, you give me this. That's the contract. It's like I give you this, and then there's nothing guaranteed on the back end.
Ooh,
interesting.
That's very interesting. You got to work your butt off. You really do. Okay. Okay. What's the next real estate fact that will shock you?
Personal fun fact: I've never been to this place ever. Disney World or Disneyland. But speaking of Disney, the Walt Disney Company owns the second largest amount of private real estate in the United States, only after the Catholic Church.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That is probably how they were able to make some changes and halt some things in the state of Florida.
Yeah. Somebody told me it's like a conspiracy theory, but they said because Disneyland has all this land and stuff, it's not like part of the United States or something like that. I heard that before. That
they sold to, that the Crown actually owns some of.
In its castles. Uh-huh. Oh my God. What? I
kind of would agree with you on that, but then I'm not. I'm not
see.
We're not going there. No, but yeah. So there's a bunch of loopholes because of the ownership, the real estate that they own, the fact that it's private, all the things. So it's quite interesting.
But it's also studios because Disney owns ESPN.
They own ABC.
Hulu, all that is the same now.
Yeah.
Disney Channel.
GE used to own Hulu. That was what, almost 20 years ago? No, 17 years ago. Okay. So quite interesting. All right. Next one. New York homeowners must disclose if they believe their home is haunted. This is known as the Ghostbusters ruling by the New York Supreme Court.
That's wild how things vary from state to state. Like,
there's so many
differences
rules
from state to state.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, they had too many instances, too many ghosts or whatever. Y'all need to look, pray them things up out of there. If it's a good deal, it's a good deal. I'm just kidding.
If it's a good deal. We should buy ghost houses and get a real good deal on them.
There's what's that show on A&E that you like to watch? That's like...
No, it's just a name. It's called Zombie House.
Zombie House.
It don't have nothing to do with ghosts. It just means vacant houses that's been sitting vacant for a while.
Nah, I don't really want to buy a ghost house.
I never experienced any like
paranormal activity.
Ghosts. I actually believe in ghosts, but I've never seen them. I never seen any evidence or nothing like that. I get a weird vibe sometimes when I'm walking somewhere.
I start praying.
I get a weird vibe going to places, but I haven't seen like a door slam shut, like boom, or something. Yeah. Glass is falling on them.
You know what? That's demons tremble when I walk up in there. So.
Now, would you buy a house though? Did somebody say it was haunted, but you never you didn't experience anything? But would you just be like,
I need to go. I need to walk up in there. Cool. I need to see what's up, because I feel like I can see what's going on in there.
You can pray them out of there.
I can pray them out of
there.
Let's
find some ghost houses and then
don't tempt me.
Buy them for 40 cents on the dollar.
Don't tempt me.
Let's go.
But that's so interesting because here in the state of Nevada, you do not have to disclose.
What's up with New York? What's up with New York and ghosts though? Like they got a whole Supreme Court rule.
I know, right?
No, but you know what though? They make a rule off of like one or two instances.
That's right.
I know in North Carolina, it's a whole thing because they had it was a bee's nest or a wasp nest or something like that. And because they were in the attic or something like that, they created this whole like rule for FHA for everywhere, like all these states, based on something that happened in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Where they had to have you had to do a certain thing for a wasp nest or a bee's nest in the attic or something like that. So they make some crazy laws based off
on
of like
one or two
isolated
incidents,
like just like covers like.
That's
everything.
There's one state where it's like illegal to like eat ice cream or something at after dark or something. It's weird. I gotta find it. But that's how these types of rulings happen. Okay. It's your turn. Go ahead.
I thought I did the last one. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the last one is the Hollywood sign was originally mounted to promote property sales. It didn't have nothing to do with movies, studios, fashion, none of that.
Wow.
The sign was developed with an absolutely different goal. It was to provide a clean atmosphere and a pretty outlook of the hills. So they wanted you to look up and see the hills and be like, oh, yeah, that's nice. And attract people who would wish to get a new property in the area.
Wow. So it had nothing to do with going to Hollywood to be famous.
Nope. They wanted you to look up at the hills, like the rolling hills, and be like, yep.
Forest Park.
Views.
Henderson.
Yep.
That's interesting. Well, I guess it worked.
Yeah. If you got a nice view, that's
pieces of real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got I like traveling into California.
Yeah. I haven't been to anywhere in Cali that I didn't.
We gotta go to San Diego.
I didn't care for Long Beach, only because I was just right there by the water. It just smelled like fish. It smelled like an aquarium everywhere. It felt like everything was slightly wet.
You're not from California, so it's probably...
You're not from California either. What you mean?
I appreciate the different, vibe. We've also never been to New York, which, I don't know. I probably need a chaperone, I would think. Because I don't think I would enjoy it as much. I just feel like it's just too much hustle and bustle, and I would need a chaperone.
I like New York music, so I would want to go to like see the music.
I feel like I would get lost, and
Go
I don't like getting
clean.
lost. Like, just I think it's. I
They
think
said
it
the
would be too much.
food is cheap.
Really.
The food is good, but it's cheap.
The cost of living is pretty high.
But
up
everything
there,
else
so,
is
yeah,
expensive.
something gotta give. You gotta eat.
Hmm.
Now your house might be 700 square feet, but
Yeah.
maybe you eating good.
I don't like a
know.
lot of traffic, so like condensed sidewalks.
It seems like they walk everywhere, and then there's like the subway. But then I see videos of like rats on the subway.
That's why so many people.
I'm out.
No, it's traffic, but they do the subway because so much traffic, so many people.
Listen, I'm coming to New York because I want to go to Broadway. I also want to see I want to see Central Park. But this is what I'm saying. Just give me a tour guide because I don't. It's a lot going on up there.
You know that used to be like a Black Wall Street community.
Yes. Gentrification. We shall talk about it another time.
Turned it into a whole park.
New York. Literally that whole Central Park was full of black and brown people. Yeah. All right.
What's the real estate
The
minute?
real estate minute of the day.
What you got for us today?
Did you know the most common mistake that home buyers make even before they even start the process is not interviewing agents? You can interview real estate agents. In fact, I implore you to do that when you are going to hire someone to represent you on the biggest purchase of your life. You need to make sure that they're not just a good agent, but they are a great agent for you. But you know why that people don't ask? It's because for the most part, home buyers don't know what to say. They don't know what to ask. So here's what I did. I put together a script for home buyers, just like you, people who are in the market who maybe want to start the process, but you want to know exactly what to ask and what to expect from a bad agent, a good agent, and a great agent. So I put together a script for you. It's a 10-question script, and it starts from the time that you talk to the agent to the time that you are going to hire that agent and or tell that agent that you're going to move in a different direction. It is super easy to use, and you can read this verbatim in your interview. If you want that, go ahead and DM me. Put it in the comments below 10 questions. That's all you got to do. And I will make sure that you get that. All right, that's your real estate minute of the day. All right. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great fun facts today.
Very great fun facts. You got to tell us what your favorite shocking fact was.
We got to check on ghost houses and property in space.
Yeah.
Ghost house flipper.
Ghost house flipper? No, thank you.
Buying it for 30 cents on
I
the
don't have
dollar.
time to be praying ghosts and stuff and demons out of houses.
No,
I
we
just need...
subcontract it out. See what we
Who
do is
gonna-
we
who
buy the
gonna-
house
Somebody need to make
instead
sure
of a
that
general contractor, we just hire priests. And they go in there, pray, you know what I'm saying? lay hands on the wall, anoint it with oil, get the ghosts up out of there.
Can you tell we go to church?
And
We're
then,
church babies.
boom, we got the house for cheap.
That's so
Fix
funny.
it up.
Fix it up and
Profit.
Yeah.
And we ain't even going to live there, so if they come back.
oh my gosh. That means we didn't do a good job getting them out of there. That's hilarious.
No, but we sue the priest because they got,
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness.
they probably got a weird disclaimer. They like,
that
I'm not
disclaimer is
responsible for anything
crazy.
that happens after, during.
I mean, but if that property's got to be legit, because you look at disclosures and all of a sudden, wait a minute, this homeowner says this thing may be haunted. I'm out. Like, as a regular homeowner, who's gonna be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. We out here, Casper, the friendly ghost, living.
I'm not gonna lie, I would take a chance on buying that because
You would.
Well, think about it. You buy this house, right? They say it was haunted, so you buy it for a deal. I will walk in there and see if I got like an eerie feeling or if
Yeah.
something happened to me, right?
Yeah.
Then I just go in there, pray myself. I call some local pastors, go in there and pray too. and then I just rent
What
it out.
else?
And then I
know
just
what?
rent it out as
Airbnb.
rental property.
Airbnb.
But
Give
they
'em a
scared
whole
the
experience.
Airbnb people away.
No,
They there
no,
for
you
40
was you. That's how we would advertise it
Oh,
as a haunted.
house.
Yeah. We call
Nah,
it
but
the
that's too much
paranormal house.
liability.
Too much liability.
Yeah.
All right, we don't know. Clearly, we don't know what we're gonna do with this haunted house that we are fake gonna buy. Who knows?
It
I don't
won't
know.
be in New York.
Huh, it won't.
It
Okay.
won't be in New York.
Well, there we go. So who knows? We don't even have to disclose it. Ah, there we go. We don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us this week, and have a great week. And we will see you next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and comment below, and let us know what you think. All right, guys. Bye.